What's up, guys? Meowth here, Paladin Theorycrafting time. So Paladin actually got some pretty powerful cards for a bunch of different archetypes. So we've got 6 decks to show you, so let's go ahead and dive right on it. So we're going to talk about 2 different Libram lists, and so I'm going to put both of them up on screen right now. So the first one is just a Libram Yogg list for those of you that really like to have fun and embrace the Lord of Chaos. But what this deck does is it's your normal Libram Paladin style deck that got hugely buffed with Devout People. I think Devout People is absolutely bonkers strong. And then what we've done in this list is we've also added Educated Elec as a way to keep duplicating your Librams. And as well as running, obviously, Yogg, Lord and Savior, our boy Yogg. But if you're looking for a more consistent, competitively viable Libram deck, what we've got is a pure Libram Paladin list here. I mean, this deck loses not too much, right? You lose the Alex and you lose the Yogg, but what you do is you gain a Lightforged Zealot, which is, I think, just a very, very strong, underrated card. I think it's just very, very good, especially if the downside is not that massive. And then we're trying out High Abyss Allure in this deck because every spell in your deck basically targets your High Abyss Allure, right? Even if that includes Libram of Hope, Spike-Root Steed. The one spell that you really don't want to hit is Libram of Justice, and that's only if you're trying to save it for a later board, because even then Libram of Justice is probably not that terrible, right? So yeah, that's probably the more competitively viable Libram Paladin. I'll be playing a ton of both. You know I love me my Libram Paladin. So next up we're going to talk about some Duel Paladin. Duel Paladin getting huge buffs with Commencement and First Day of School. I think First Day of School was one of the most underrated cards in the set. I think that card is absolutely bonkers. And Prismatic Lens is your win con. Prismatic Lens duels Commencements. And the new Paladin Legendary fits very, very nicely in this deck. Not a ton to talk about. It is Duel Paladin after all. But if you do like your big decks, Paladin is definitely one of the most viable classes to play a big style deck in now. It looks pretty damn strong. Alright, and then when I saw Polkelt, probably the first thing that came to my mind was Holy Wrath Paladin. So yeah, I mean, this is my double UTK style combo Paladin list. You get to run the Bankers and the Zolas for a couple reasons, right? With the Shrivala, as well as the Tutus, the Horsemen off of Uther. And we also have the Beardo with some Unlicensed Adventures. So basically what we get to do is we get to shuffle in multiple Shrivalas in our deck. We will Polkelt. We might draw one of the Shrivalas, but then you get to Holy Wrath them for 25. This just kind of gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to your combos, as well as Polkelt helping you tutor out your Uther, right? It draws Shrivala and then Uther. Shrivala does cost 25 while in your deck, so you will almost always draw that unless you're for some reason running Moltens. But yeah, I don't think this deck, it seems a wee bit fragile against aggro decks. I might need to do a little bit of reworking in the deck to help with that, but Polkelt actually helps this deck's consistency a ton. And I'm actually looking forward to playing some OTK Paladin in Wild come Scholomance Academy. And then we're going to be those guys. We're going to talk about Odd Paladin because Odd Paladin's getting some pretty massive buffs this expansion. So first of all, we're going to talk about kind of the meta stock list that you guys should probably be playing. With the massive changes being Tour Guide and Goody Two Shields. Tour Guide's absolutely bonkers in Odd Paladin. Turn 1, 3/1/1 seems nuts. Or you get to save the hero power potentially on turn 3 if you go hero power into Tour Guide so that you can combo with like a Quartermaster later on or with a Steward of Darkshire. I think Tour Guide stupid strong in this list, as well as Goody Two Shields being just a strong, aggressively statted minion that I think you're going to be activating the Spellburst a lot more often than you might think. I'm not excited for Odd Paladin to be back in the meta, but it's probably a good thing that Odd Paladin is back in the meta. And if it is, on the right, this is the list that I'll be playing. So I love to play my Mimi versions of strong decks just because I'm a little bit of a hipster like that. The only difference here is that we're going all in on the Divine Shields, right? With Goody Two Shields, we're running the double Volvars as well. And the Rallying Blade, so a little bit different. Definitely worse than the version that you have over here on our left, but if you want to have a little bit of fun while playing Odd Paladin, this is probably the version that I would lean towards. Paladin getting some huge buffs in Scholomance Academy. I think Odd Paladin is going to be one of the best decks in the meta. It looks like it's getting scary strong. And I think Holy Wrath Paladin and Duel Paladin are both kind of underrated decks that might creep up into the Tier 2, Tier 3 status. And speaking of Tier 2, I think Libra Paladin officially solidifying itself as a Tier 2 deck, because it was already, like, the pure version was already pretty good. Pretty strong in stuff like Pirate Warrior and Demon Hunter, and it's getting buffed this expansion, so I'm excited for Libra Paladin to be a meta deck. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these Paladin decks, and if you guys did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, and it supports me a lot. I hope you guys check out the other theory crafting videos, and I hope you guys are excited for Scholomance Academy. I will see you guys next time.